Hello, hello, everyone. Today is March 11th, 2025. This is a Kubernetes SIG release meeting. This is a meeting that will be recorded and available on the internet. So please be mindful of what you say and do. Please be sure to adhere to the Kubernetes code of conduct and in general, just be awesome folks. So before we get started, before we jump into the agenda, we've got me as host, we've got Grace and Jeremy as note takers, and some recurring topics. First and foremost, do we have any new attendees that would like to say hi? Okay, cool. We're going to jump into some project updates. I see that there is a migration update from Mohammed around Google Cloud Registry, Google Artifact Registry, but Mohammed is not on the call.
Actually, he is.
Oh my God, you are. Sorry. My screen is not doing all the stuff that it's supposed to be doing. Sorry. Mohammed, take it away.
Hi, it's been a while since I showed up to a SIG release meeting. Yeah, I am alive and kicking. But busy with some infrastructure work for the project. So the image registry changes are something I sent an email about last month. Basically, we're executing automatic migrations. Well, I am, and it's taking time, but I am optimistic that we can get through it before the deadline. The main registry that we push our images to, that is of interest to SIG release has been fixed. But can you believe that we've been hosting every single CI build for the last 10 years or so, some 25 terabytes?
I can believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's very expensive. So one of the things I set out in that email was to actually start pruning those images. And it's really easy to enforce pruning policies with Artifact Registry nowadays. So we're going to be rolling that out. So I'm guessing you don't need images for more than 90 days.
So, I mean, I think for non-prod, yeah, I think that's
So we're
reasonable.
talking about staging images. So and every
Yeah,
commit build images, right? We've just been holding on to this for a long
yeah, I
time.
would say probably prune at the at the month plus release boundary. So maybe like 4 and change months
Oh, okay.
as opposed to a quarter.
Yeah, I put a public note saying 90 days, no more than 90 days. I'm going to be more aggressive with this one because it has way more images than everybody else.
Okay.
So a month sounds fine. I can do that. But 90 days is what we told everybody, and we're going to roll that out at a later date. What's
Okay.
if
So
like
yeah, let's think on it. I think we should just sweep our images and see what we're building again because I think we're building across. I think for the ones that are in K release, we're building quite a few, and we can maybe consider doing that less frequently, even as well.
Okay, I'll take a look and see what I find. So far, that's the one project that had insane amount of images. All the others had reasonable, well, terabyte and less. So even though it's high cumulatively, per project basis, it isn't too insane.
Yeah, and I think we've also been consistently building images for longer than many parts of the project, so
Oh yeah,
that's
definitely.
part of it as SIG release, right?
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's it. I'm on track to have all this fixed for all the sub projects before the deadline, which is in 8 days. But yeah, that's all from me. I understand.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for
Hopefully,
the
I
work.
won't be at KubeCon London, but I am planning on coming to Atlanta. So yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, cool. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns from Ahmed? Sweet. Well, on to patch releases. Jeremy, I see you typing. So do you want to,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we are currently cutting the patch releases for March, and that includes the last final 129. Even though we had marked it as end of life, we had discussed in the release management that we would do one more to pick up the Go changes that were coming for the new version. So those are all, I think, at the point where the mock release is done and it's time to do the mock stage. I think Mateo is also doing the 133 beta today. So we have to do a little bit of deconfliction to make sure that when we do the image promotion stuff. But it also appears that maybe we need to do some deconfliction with perhaps OBS. It looks like Mateo's no-mock stage is taking a pretty
Yeah,
extensive
it timed out. It timed out. So I'm retrying now. I think you can go ahead with the promo. I don't
Yeah, it
think
was
I'll
something
make
like
it for you.
it was over 3 hours, some amount of time. So we probably need to look into
Yeah.
that maybe after we're done with these things, if everything proceeds. If not, then we will keep an eye on it. And if we get close to the end of the day, I'll proactively send out I'll proactively send out an email to announce that we're gonna maybe need to push them to finish tomorrow. But so far, there were no problems with the no mock stage or no mock release with the patch releases. That seemed fine. So I will start kicking off the no mock stages after we're done with this call.
Sweet. Just aside, Mateo, thank you, by the way. I noticed that you've been jumping in quite a bit on the release engineering side for releases. So thank you. The effort is noticed and appreciated.
No worries. I actually like it a lot. So
Careful what you wish for.
it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun for now.
Happy to give you more work.
We've got more work for you, yeah.
Happy to take it as long as my employer is okay with it.
Okay. Anything that we want to say on OBS packages outside of what was already just said?
Yeah, I have an item in the general agenda part. I think we can, as Sasha suggested, take the resource usage from somewhere to just monitor it. That would be great to understand, like, if we are clogging somehow OBS when we trigger like maybe 5 or 6 cuts at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not regarding especially the packages, but yeah.
Cool. Whoa.
Nice
All
calendar,
right.
Chief.
Not as bad as it usually is. So, all right. So, supply chain security. Do we have anyone that wants to speak to that? Okie dokie. Artifact validation. Same hat. Cool. Release team.
Hello, I'm the release team. So the 133 release retro part 1 has been scheduled. It is next week, immediately after the release team meeting. Please add items to the retro doc. Please, please, please. Thank you. As previously mentioned, the beta 0 cut is in flight. And Grace, you want to take it away?
Yes, I will be stepping down as release team sub-project owner at the end of this release. It's been a great run, but I think I need a little break. I will still be around, probably helping Adolfo with the VEX side of things, but yeah.
We love you. You've been excellent. I've really enjoyed working with you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get emotional.
I'm not gonna cry or nothing.
I'm not gonna cry or nothing. Not on the release meeting. Grace, thank you. Honestly, you have been doing phenomenal work for us for so many seasons, and you have coached and mentored a bunch of people up through the release team. So thank you. And yes, we have more and different work for you as you want it. Happy to chat offline about some of the release engineering stuff.
But we'll still see you in London.
Yes.
I will see you in London.
Good.
Okay. Over to open discussion. Mateo, take it away.
I have a couple of items. One is another that I already pointed out in one of the previous meetings. There is a docs PR for the release management part that I would like someone else to take a look at. If you can, if you have bandwidth, please. And it could be a bit structural, as in we discussed with Puerco about a couple of things, like taking the approach of having smaller bytes or smaller byte documentation instead of extensive handbook with everything, which proven to be, at least for me, onboarding a bit not so friendly, like user friendly, something like that. So
Yeah, it's large. I mean, the first thing I would say is like let's just make sure that we're deduplicating content as much as possible.
yeah,
I will just release cat is fine for this file name. I won't go into review right now, but I mean this generally
yeah.
looks fine. But yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I
there
can
is a
do.
duplication discussion also going on. So if you want to take a look at the comments already, I have like a
Mhm.
proposal on how to go ahead and deduplicate. Like, yeah, so
Perfect. Thank you.
cool. And the second one is just something that happened today. I did a little oopsie and I went ahead with cutting the release without waiting for release signal. Okay, which I thought I had. Because there was no message, no nothing, and the tests were all green. So I was like, okay, maybe I should go. I didn't know that we should wait for the final okay on the day. And that happened also because I started in the morning as I'm in the European time zone. So, yep, adding this in the branch management handbook somewhere, I don't know where yet, could be great to avoid this
Would it,
happening.
with the template where you open the new issue when you cut would be a good place to add that?
Actually, I think yes, because that's something that we basically read every time. So yeah, great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, and I think it's not just about so part of the reason for the template was not just to like tell people how to do the stuff, is also to have them affirm that they have done the stuff and have it be documented and against GitHub, right? So like we can't do that with the handbooks, but we can do that with issue templates. Again, just making sure that we are not encoding too much knowledge into the template that is not also covered by the handbook.
I think we can do both, like in
Yeah,
this case specifically.
exactly.
Yeah, just a mention in the template and more extensive in the handbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the other item I already discussed is just adding monitoring for OBS resources, extracting usage from openSUSE.org, which is the tool that we might have been using, which I didn't know about. So
Cool. And I'm guessing you are already connected with Marco on some of that.
no, but I can.
Okay. Marco is king of OBS for us. So
Amazing.
check in with him. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you for these updates. Sounds like awesome progress. Tatiana.
Hello. I'm a relatively a new person, and actually, I think I'm after king of OBS, Marka. But we talked some time back. He mentioned that there is some help needed in OBS space, and we had a chat. I picked up a card to add a unit tests for OBS. And I have got a kind of first batch, so I don't want to make it huge PR, but it's just the amount of unit tests are kind of mounting. So before I created PR, because I'm a new person, it would be good for someone to have a look at it. It's the card itself, and it says at the top, it says what the scope is, and I have my test on fork. I haven't created PR yet, and I'm actually looking for someone to have a look at it to give it a kind of a green light to double check that what you're after.
Yeah, so I think it's fine to create a PR now that you've kind of like signaled your intent to work on this. Create a PR and just put it in draft mode instead.
Okay.
So at least, yeah. So yeah.
I can do that. And then what would be the best way forward to find a PR reviewer for that one?
I think Marco is your best bet, and just reaching out to him on release management. It's probably fun. Tagging him on the PR, but also reaching out on release management in Slack.
Okay, yep, will do. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, we need more than one more OPS, Jeremy. Hopefully we have a, like a Narnia situation. Right? We got kings and queens. Yes. All right. We are at the top of our agenda. Does anyone have anything else they want to chat about?
I just want to say, don't forget to support all your SIG release speakers at KubeCon London. We have a lot. I'm really amazed at how many we have speaking. And I would say there's one person in here who actually had the co-chairs are using as a great CFP writer. It was Jeremy. Jeremy's talk. I love what you wrote, Jeremy. I'm excited to hear you.
Oh, that means I have to do the work now.
You got to do the work now because I was like, this is how a CFP should be written.
I learned from good people in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me suggest that somebody write up a list and share it somewhere, and then share it with contributor comms who can like put it out in socials.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'm not going to suggest a blog post because we're actually backlogged on the blog, and it would get out sometime well after KubeCon.
After KubeCon.
So,
Like, here are some great talks that you should check out on YouTube.
on YouTube, right? Yes. Well, that actually is not a bad idea. Although we probably want to do a more combined one for the whole project and not just SIG release, but SIG release would have, hey, here's SIG release, right?
Yeah. I think we've also got, I don't know where this is lined up, but I remember seeing some comms in the past around like SIG spotlights. And maybe the SIG spotlights are a great opportunity for people to also plug their talks.
Yeah.
If they've got stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what we've done last time we did a SIG release spotlight.
I don't know
Not
that
in
we
my
ever
time on
have.
SIG release.
Yeah, I don't know that we ever have.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, I think
Okay.
someone tried
Did
to do one with Veronica maybe 2 years ago.
It was a one-on-one interview, and I don't know that it ever actually
Right. Did it make it
happened.
out?
Yeah, I don't think it actually happened, but there hasn't been a SIG release spotlight in my time in SIG release. So
All right, let's make something happen.
let's get cracking, I guess.
All right, folks. Anything else before we go? Thank you for calling that out, by the way, Joe. Cool. Efficient meetings. Woo. Go team. Very awesome to see you all. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your contributions as always in the SIG. We will catch you at the next one.
Bye.
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 Bye.